Good morning, brothers and sisters. Jim Beckwith reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. Win, win, win. Thanks to our devoted readers, the Gateway Pundit had another record year. How does this work out with far-left Wikipedia continues to report Spygate did not occur, pushes fake news, hides truth from the masses, and censors fact-based reporting like Gateway Pundit? I will say more on this later, but I want to thank all of our devoted readers. The Gateway Pundit had another record year in 2019. Year after the year, Gateway Pundit continues to set traffic records, even though they're majorly blocked by YouTube, by Google, and all the left on the internet. It's very massive. They control most of the internet now. The Gateway Pundit is currently averaging over 1 million page views per day. Look at this. In 2014, during the Obama or Barry Soetoro regime, only 68 million views in the whole year. 2015, 77 million. 2016, 182 million. 2017, 224 million. 2018, 242 million, and 276 million in 2019. Thank you for trusting us as your go-to website for conservative news, who supports Christians very well. What is most astonishing about our continued growth is that since 2016, when we were major supportive voice for President Trump, we have been censored by Facebook, Twitter, Google, Pinterest, YouTube, Wikipedia, and our numbers still grow. This is only because we are committed to gaining your trust. Thank you. We pray every day for our country's success and for our reporting to be honest, accurate, timely, and interesting. Thank you to our excellent team, Christina, Cassandra, Joe, Eric, Chris, Wayne, James, Kristen, Jacob, Ted, Larry, Kelly, Robin, and all of our readers. Oh no, they sound like white supremacist names. And the far-left Wikipedia continues to report Spygate did not occur, pushes fake news, hides truth from the masses, and censors fact-based reporting. The deep state revealed. The FBI and DOJ and multiple government agencies were out in force in 2015 spying on candidate Trump in attempts to link him up with their fake Russia conspiracy. General Flynn's attorney Sidney Powell gave us clues in September that Professor Misfud had been one of the deep state spies used against the Trump team in late 2015. In June of 2018, the Gateway Pundit posted an article identifying unredacted words and previously redacted text between corrupt cops Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, two individuals supposedly having an affair and key players at the top of the FBI involved in spying on candidate and then President Trump. The discovery came from an individual on Twitter who was then removed from Twitter named Nick Falco, who identified a word uncovered in a Senate text that was previously redacted by the corrupt DOJ. In our post, we noted that hidden in the information released by the Senate at that time were unredacted Strzok page texts that showed that the FBI initiated actions to insert multiple spies in the Trump campaign in December of 2015. As we reported previously, according to the far-left LA Times, Comey stated in March of 2017 under oath that the FBI investigation into the Trump-Russia scandal started in July of 2016. We knew then without a doubt that Comey lied about this. Intelligence expert Tony Shaffer tweeted Falco's tweet. I'd call this evidence of collusion and wrongdoing. Falco's tweet stated that the text released from the corrupt FBI investigator Peter Strzok to corrupt FBI attorney Lisa Page state the following. Bombshell from December 2015. The word lures is redacted by FBI but not OIG. Okinus lures outside contiguous U.S. lures. In this context, lures is spies, multiple. Is this an admission that the FBI wanted to run a baited sting op using foreign agents against Trump? Number 1, bombshell from December 15th. The word lures is redacted by the FBI, but not OIG. Oconus lures. Well, we already read that. Okay. Additional information we also provided showed that Obama's spy Stefan Halper was awarded a contract in September of 2015. We also pointed out that the problem with Obama spying on Trump before July 2016 is that it is against FBI rules. Retired Assistant FBI Director for Intelligence Kevin Brock also has questions. Brock supervised an agency update to their long-standing bureau rules governing the use of sources while working under then-Director Robert Mueller. These rules prohibit the FBI from directing a human source to perform espionage on an American until a formal investigation has been opened, paperwork and all. Brock sees oddities in how the Russia case began. These types of investigations aren't normally run by assistant directors and deputy directors at headquarters. He told me all that happens normally in a field office, but that isn't the case here, and so it becomes a red flag. Congress would have legitimate oversight interests in the conditions and timing of the targeting of a confidential human source against a U.S. person, The Hill reports. The problem with Comey lying about the start date of the Trump counterintelligence campaign before Congress is that it is against the law. President Trump tweeted out a follow-up to our post the next day, undoubtedly referring to our posts. Wow, Strzok Page, the incompetent and corrupt FBI lovers, have text referring to a counterintelligence operation into the Trump campaign dating way back to December 2015. Spygate is in full force. Is the mainstream media interested yet? Big stuff. Mainstream media was interested. They were interested in denying the fact that spying on candidate Trump occurred in spite of evidence to show it, and then slammed the president and the Gateway pundit for posting the above tweets from Nick Falco. To this day, Wikipedia, which supports crazy far-left and dishonest positions in anything related to President Trump, calls this work a conspiracy and Spygate a conspiracy. Why do you think they call it Wikipedia? Wikipedia, here's words for you to read. I'll let you read that. You can save it. Pause the video and read it. Wikipedia calls the above a conspiracy and the Gateway Pundit a conspiracy site. They don't call CNN, NBC, MSNBC, CNB, ABC, and New York Times, WAPO, and many other far-left conspiracy sites for pushing the Trump-Russia collusion for more than 2 years, but President Trump and the Gateway Pundit are slandered with this label in spite of being totally correct. Their entire rebuttal omitted the facts. For example, they state that the texts were released previously. Yes, they were, but they were redacted. Wikipedia is a joke when it comes to U.S. politics. U.S. intelligence and the Justice Department, including the FBI, were indeed spying on candidate Trump in 2015. Candidate Trump declared his candidacy for president in June of 2015. While public polls said Hillary would win in a landslide, behind the scenes, the DNC must have been frightened because the Democrats and the deep state pulled out all their illegal tricks shortly after Trump's announcement in 2015. We know now that corrupt DOJ attorney and number 4 at the DOJ, Bruce Orr, set aside time to meet with Christopher Steele in his calendar in early October of 2015. Steele is the alleged author of the fake Steele dossier used to obtain FISA warrant to spy on the Trump campaign transition team and presidency. Orr's calendar shows this meeting. You can see here. Shortly after that meeting, Nellie Orr, Bruce Orr's wife, is hired by the far-left smear firm Fusion GPS. We have conflicting information about Nellie Orr's exact hire date. For all we know, she could have been hired on October 2nd, 2015, the same date as the Steele-Orr meeting. She testified she started working for Fusion GPS in October of 2015. And here's the written text of that meeting. Based on his calendar and his wife Nellie's testimony, we know that Bruce Orr lied in front of Congress. Orr lied about Nellie's start date with Fusion GPS. The demoted and disgraced DOJ attorney Bruce Orr stated in his testimony before Congress that Nellie started with Fusion GPS in November of 2015. What leftist libtard that was going against Trump hasn't lied? every one of them. Here's Mr. Gowdy, Trey Gowdy, investigating it in the meeting. In Nelly's testimony to Congress, in response to Representative Jim Jordan's questions, Nelly says the following: Miss Orr, I did a couple of different projects for them, Fusion. Mr. Jordan says, can you tell me what those projects were? Oh, the first project was the initial project that had to do with looking into a particular Russian firm that was suspected of being involved in sex trafficking. Can you tell me the name of that firm? Vlad Models. Okay, and what else did you work on? I worked on a project looking into the relationship of Donald Trump with organized crime, a Russian organized crime. Okay, and was that work at all related to the now famous dossier? No. What was it related to? Then walk me through with what that work entailed. What it entailed in what sense? Describe what you were doing and what the objective was. Yeah, I would write occasional reports based on the open source research that I described about Donald Trump's relationship with various people in Russia. Yeah, you would write, all right. You would fabricate. So Nelly worked for Fusion GPS to find dirt, or make up dirt apparently, on President Trump, and she was hired in October of 2015, give or take a few weeks. But in addition to this, Bruce Orr is the topic of the discussion in a 302 report, where he states that someone very likely like his wife, the one name that adequately fits in the redacted sections below, worked for Fusion GPS to dig up Trump's connections to Russia. Nelly also knew, according to her husband, that she was working for the Clinton campaign, John Weiner at the State Department, and the FBI. Proof right there. General Flynn's attorney, Sidney Powell, gave us another clue in September. She requests that the U.S. government provide her and her client, General Michael Flynn, documents related to deep state spy Joseph Mifsud from an event in late 2015. Proof right there. Notice that the Powell refers to 302s regarding the dinner event in 2015 that General Flynn attended, which means that the FBI was interviewing Mifsud as early as 2015 and knew exactly who Mifsud was and was not before Papadopoulos ever met Mifsud. Notice also that the timing of this event was days before Strzok's text in late December of 2015. So we now know that Joseph Mifsud, the same individual that spied on George Papadopoulos in 2016, was also involved in setting up General Flynn with Russians in late 2015. Oh, we also know that Wikipedia is absolutely inaccurate and even slanderous in their posts related to Spygate, President Trump's tweet that Spygate started in 2015, and our post that supported the president's tweet. Stay away from Wikipedia. And the last bit of news, breaking news, Joseph Mifsud is supposed to be missing for 2 years now and reportedly dead. Thank you for listening.